You live alone, you work from home, and your entire life is delivered to your door via drone. It sounds like a dream until the company you work for sends you A.I.L.A, an advanced program designed to create the most immersive horror experience of your life. But when the game starts to bleed into your reality, things take a turn. Stick around and learn about the mechanics, or go ahead and skip ahead to my final thoughts and ratings.
When you're with me, everything will fade away.
You're Samuel, a video game tester who lives almost entirely within the walls of your apartment. Your life is a cycle of VR testing and drone deliveries. But everything changes when your company sends over a new project called A.I.L.A. With your permission, this advanced AI analyzes your data to build an experience tailored to you. It's meant to be the ultimate immersion, but you'll quickly find out that A.I.L.A is far too invasive for comfort.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to help you, Samuel.
The first experience A.I.L.A hands you is simple, but as she learns your habits, the games become much more advanced. Each new simulation is a horror experience designed to keep you on edge. You'll find yourself moving through larger areas with stories that grow deeper and more disturbing the longer you play. You are constantly barraged by unsettling noises, never knowing if a monster is about to strike from the shadows. It forces you to constantly look over your shoulder, never truly knowing whether you're the tester or the one being tested. Mechanically, you'll find that these games stay on the easier side, but you still need to be smart to survive. You'll scavenge for melee weapons to defend yourself and hunt for ranged weapons with very limited ammunition. Your health is your most valuable resource. You'll rely on healing beverages that restore a portion. However, if you find a rare lily flower, you can mix it in to boost healing to 100%. Beyond combat, you'll spend your time solving clever puzzles to reach the end of each story. Very early on, A.I.L.A notifies you about a karma system she uses to track your progress. Depending on your choices and how you move through each game, your score will be affected. You'll never actually see this karma score or know exactly when it changes, but it will dictate how your overall story eventually turns out. There's only one specific item in the game that warns you that it will impact your karma every time it's used. Everything else is a mystery, leaving you to wonder whether you're making the right calls.
Only death or submission.
Between your VR sessions, you'll step back into your apartment to handle the mundane tasks of Samuel's life. You'll spend time drinking tea, opening drone deliveries, and feeding your only roommate, a cat named Jones.
Preparing. Cup of...
As you explore your living space, you'll find items that reveal who Samuel is. You'll even find strange children's books, and a mysterious volume missing all of its pages. To fill that book, you'll have to track down hidden collectibles tucked away within the simulations. It's a quiet life, but the atmosphere suggests something is very wrong. This is a game full of graphic material, blood, and gore. You'll see appendages being chopped off and hear a fair share of strong language. Between the monsters and the psychological tension, this title definitely earned its mature rating. You might want to think twice before letting the kiddos hang out for this game. So, you've survived the simulations and managed the chores of Samuel's daily life. Let's move on to my final thoughts and ratings. A.I.L.A is an interesting experience built from several smaller games. Although the environments shift, the core mechanics remain consistent, so it's never jarring when you start a new simulation. Since the story is about an AI creating indie-style games on the fly, the visuals that feel like an indie title actually add to the vibe. It isn't the fastest or the shiniest game out there, but it ran smoothly for me without any crashes.
There's a new package on the balcony.
No limits.
The graphics are solid, though the character models felt a bit heavy. Everything looks high definition, but whenever A.I.L.A appeared on screen, there was a bit of choppiness as the game struggled to keep up with her.
Evening.
Although the environments are dark and gritty, I could always see where I was going. It was very smooth. The story hits those psychological horror notes perfectly, focusing on a rogue AI abusing its power. Samuel's personal history is a bit sparse until the very end. And while the conclusion was a surprise that felt powerful, The build-up felt a touch contrived. I think a few more clues around the apartment could have helped the landing feel less forced.
Samuel, what's wrong? You seem tense.
Movement is very slow and stays consistent whether you're in the apartment or in the game. This becomes an issue when enemies move fast. I took a lot of damage when I tried to take them out without a gun. However, if I had the ammo and kept moving, I could survive. The puzzles were a highlight for me. They felt clever and forced me to pick up on specific imagery to find the solution. Solving them made me feel smarter than I actually am, which is a great feeling when playing with puzzles. There is some replay value here because of the karma system and the different outcomes, but I'm not sure I'd want to go through it all again right away. After an 11-hour playthrough, the slow pace makes a second run feel a bit daunting. I might be tempted to revisit it later, but for now I have other things I'd rather do.
I'll play your games on company time, but you don't get to mess with my personal life.
The experience is a bit of a roller coaster. You'll go through scary sections, followed by boring stretches where the noise becomes so redundant that it's more of a nuisance than a thrill. Some games overdo sounds, while others set up the perfect jump scare. It was never quite consistent in terms of the fun factor. And now it's time to break these thoughts down to numbers and place this game on a shelf. The visuals were great, but they felt like they were a bit too much for the game to handle at times, so I'll give it a 3.
Tell me, what impressed you the most?
The story was very interesting and felt complete, even if the ending was a little forced, giving it another 3. The gameplay was easy to understand, but very slow. It never felt like I was doing anything new. That's a 2. The longevity exists because of the different outcomes, but the slow pace holds me back from wanting to jump back in, earning another 2.
Do you feel guilty about the outcome, even if it was beyond your control?
The fun was there in the puzzles and the scares, but too much of the experience was very redundant, getting another 2. Earning A.I.L.A an average score of 2.4 out of 5. Placing it on my mid-shelf. If you're looking for a tense experience about the dangers of AI, I'd recommend checking this one out. It has its slow parts, but the concept of the different simulations are neat. If this doesn't sound like your kind of game, check out the list on the left. I've reviewed plenty of games, and I'm sure we can track down exactly what you're wanting to play right now.